working on and you want to make it better, and you have this feeling of, over a period of time, of improving it. And you kind of feel how to move forward, even if it's zigzagging a little bit. Very important. So that's kind of like an inner teaching that's going on. So if this is correct, listen to these three notes. Now, if I do this way, I'm going to try to make them sound the same. But there's more inequalities in these notes. Because when the finger's at the same tempo, if this finger has this distance and this has this distance, normally we're not this far off. We may be like this. If there are these different distances, then those fingers are moving faster to get, they have to like run faster to get to their goal. And that momentum of the finger produces an artifact of tone that isn't necessarily as even as and as smooth as you would like. So all we have to do is keep in mind, it's not natural, but keep the hand, when you're playing in a linear fashion, that is a scale, or melody along a string, instead of having the hand like this in the relaxed mode, you kind of rotate your wrist a little bit, not to put any stress in it, but to get the hand around there. And then, depending on your height, like you're a little over 6 feet.
6'2".
6'2", yeah. So the taller you are, the more you have to work with some things that, see, the ideal height for a guitar player is, how tall are you? 5'6". That's the ideal height, clearly. Literally, if you stood with Bream and Segovia and Parkening and John Williams, there's like gymnastics or 100 meters runners or something. There are certain kind of physical, this doesn't mean that everyone who's 5'6" can play, or the people who are 6 or 6'2" can't play. But there are certain things that are more comfortable. Like, see, like if I put my elbow, like ideally the elbow should be here on the shoulder here. If I put my elbow here, my hand comes over here. It's too far. So the compensation for those of us who are taller is to bring this over here. But if you see a lot of the players play who are blessed to be a little bit shorter for the guitar realm, then their elbow can be here. This forearm is totally free. There's no constriction of the tendons under here. Because you notice, like when you're like this, you can feel the tendons in your arm. And as you press down, that constriction causes your arm not to move quite as freely. So you have to be kind of light over there. It's all very, very important. So, so when you're playing the scale, see, when I'm doing this, there's a great Julian Bream book, I don't know if you ever saw it, it came out for a while, it's probably out of print, called On the Road or something like that. And it has magnificent photographs and great comments, because he's totally a down-to-earth person, as celestial as his music is and as powerful as it is. He says, like in one picture, he says, my fingers was cramped, my brain was tired, my back was aching. It was going to be another spine-tingling evening of music making. In other words, you know, when you're touring as a musician, you don't always feel good every day you play. You don't kind of have that peak there. But when you see the pictures of him, there are pictures of him instead of like the natural kind of axis that you would see in a guitar book. If there was someone taking a photograph for a guitar book, you would see the person maybe sitting straight like this and looking a little bit like this. And with Bream sitting, because they weren't posed pictures, you see his body offset to the left. And the shoulder is kind of like in basketball. You know, if you're shooting a basketball, you have to square your shoulders to the basket as you shoot. If you do that, the aim is a little bit better. In guitar, if you're shooting the notes, you need to have your shoulder a little bit offset to here. That would be very helpful for you, Christoph, to try that out, and you'll see that. And as you ascend, you just, from this kind of lean, you go up to here. So you try the scale and you make it a very simple You try to keep it very simple, very straightforward. The shoulder kind of squared, nothing rigid, just look for the feel of it. Try it for a second yourselves and see how it goes.